In this tutorial, we'll be covering working with user responses in the SnatchBot platform. Working with user responses is an easy but powerful way to call back information that your users have provided to you and also to store and reuse that information. So here's how you do it. First, select My Bots in the left-hand menu, then select the chatbot that you wish to use. So I'll show you a few of the different ways that you can work with user responses. The first is a prior response. So let's say I wanted to call back someone's name after they answered in the first interaction, what's your name? What I would do is in another interaction, select prior responses and response text. So here you'll see response to an interaction equals ID. In the ID, you'll want to put the number associated with the interaction where the data you're looking to extract occurred. So in this case, 1775429. And then if you'd like fallback text, you can enter that. Now, if I were to write Joe, conversation will say thanks, Joe. Another way that you can do this is through extracted data, and it works much similarly to that. In this case, in your interaction, you would select prior responses and extracted data. And the similar idea, typing in the interaction number. And when we test, you'll see that it also pulls in the name. Now, one of the main differences here is how the data is stored between these two. Extracted data can also be outlined and filtered in your reports. So if that's something that's important to you, it's something that you should consider using the extracted data interaction versus the response to interaction. Now, the third way is through a custom variable. And you can define a custom variable with the custom variables dropdown. In this case, set value. And let's say we wanted to set a value of name being the item that we're tracking, and the value being the response to that first question. In this case, we would say, what you could do is go back to prior responses, and from there, you can select response to interaction. And once again, now, if we go back and test, and I say, bring me there, and it will set name in that custom variable to be the response to that interaction, which was Joel. And finally, you can do the same thing, but in the form of a custom attribute. This is valuable if you want to export the user's responses, especially with something like a webhook or a JSON API. It can also be used to filter contacts when making a broadcast. So here's how you do it. From the message, select configure, and then name the attribute, which in this would be name, and the value of it, which in this case you can set as I'll just grab response to, grab that, enter 7429. Now, when that interaction is triggered, the name will be set as the custom attribute. So let's say you actually wanted to show these variables. There are a few different ways that you can call them. So I'll show, just name this new interaction show. Message. If I wanted to show extracted data, I would simply write extracted data interaction equals, and then the interaction at which that was extracted, which in this case would be the first one. Now, conversely, if I wanted to show the custom variable name, I would write, what you can do is grab it just from here, is the get value show var equals name. And finally, if you wanted to show the attribute value, you would write attribute, and the key in this case was set up as name. So as you can see, there are 4 different ways, and they all can be tweaked and customized based on your highly specific needs. They're extremely powerful and let you do some great things with your chatbot. So that brings us to the end of this tutorial, and I hope it has you well on your way to building your best possible chatbot.